Hello, everybody. So, today, what is on my heart is learning how to let your environment respond to you and letting the physical form to fill in the material world to reflect the shifts that you have made in the energetic realm. So, as you know, everything that we're experiencing in our immediate reality of what we're creating, how we're perceiving, is a reflection of the energy and the thought forms and the beliefs that we have within us. So our eyes will will basically refract light and reflect out whatever our beliefs are. Whoever's hopped on live here, can you maybe just drop a comment? Hi, Laura, just so that I know that you can hear me, because sometimes I will be doing a live and then find out that my microphone isn't on. So if you could just drop a quick emoji so I know that you can hear me, that would be super. Yes, okay. So our environment responds to whatever we got going on within us. The thing is that sometimes it can take some time, depending on where we're at in our journey, to see the reflection out in the physical. And this is where we can get tripped up in mind stories and thought loops that that our manifestations aren't on point. It's like we want the instant gratification, and then we can end up self-sabotaging if we're not seeing it reflected out in our reality fast enough. So this is also like when we think of the world of form, the physical, and if somebody could just give me a thumbs up or something so that I know that you can hear me. Oh, there's so many messages coming in right now. This is funny. Okay. So when we think about the masculine and the feminine energy within us, the masculine, even in relationships, the masculine will meet and respond to the feminine. So the feminine will be dancing and it inspires the masculine to build a stage for her. And so in relationship, in marriage, in union, the shifts that the feminine makes internally, energetically, in the unseen realm will often almost instantly be reflected out in the external reality with the way that the masculine responds to her. So this is the same thing with the physical world and the energetic world. The energetic world, the mystery, the unseen realm, that's the feminine. This is where we can't tangibly it's not tangible, it's not seen, it's not, we can't touch it. Whereas the masculine is the physical, the masculine is the world of form. We can touch it, we can see it, we can taste it, right? And so we can look at both of those, the masculine rising and meeting the feminine and responding to her in the same way that our physical reality responds and shifts and molds according to our energetic reality, right? So our co-creative power is in our presence in the very moment, because that's where we are at a bridge. We are at a bridge between both worlds. We're walking the line. We are that fusion between both, between matter and energy, between the masculine and the feminine. And so whatever work that we have done in the unseen realm, shifting our awareness, clearing out energetic imprints, clearing out old stories, we then begin to see the physical respond and shift to that. And it could be that it's just a shift in awareness that just changes your lens. So you're looking at things through a different lens, so that you're experiencing your reality in a different way, in a more accepting way, where you're not reacting out of fear and constriction, but rather you're viewing from divine neutrality and you can respond accordingly. So there's this sweet spot between action and leaning back and allowing the physical to just fill in. So this is finding that dance and that flow between the masculine and the feminine. And the feminine, we're in creation. We're shifting through dimensions, we're creating worlds, we're downloading all of these insights, this intel, this wisdom, and we can do a lot of amazing work there. However, if we're not bringing that into the physical and taking the masculine aligned action, our physical reality is going to be a mess, a hot mess. And this is where a lot of spiritual people are missing the mark, is they understand how to do all the energetic stuff, and they think that that's all they have to do to have their physical upgrade. But then they spend years in this and their physical is still not upgrading. Their physical is still not reflecting all the work they're doing in the unseen realm. And that's because they are not taking enough action. And so this isn't to say that let's hustle, let's go. No, that's not at all how we operate, but rather being so filled up by the energetic world, by being in spirit. Inspiration is in spirit. Being so filled up by that you can't help but not take action to bring it out into the physical. You can't help not do something with it, because it's like you're filled with all of this energy and you need to channel it into something. And so when you are filled with so much energy and you channel it into something and you're taking that inspired, aligned action, those actions actually lift you up even more, expand you even more, fill you even more, because you're in alignment, that it just keeps getting better and better and better. And in turn, your physical world quickly responds to the inspired action steps that you are taking. So there's also a point where it's like, okay, I've done the work, I've done the physical steps. Now it's just like surrendering and allowing and letting the rest all fill in. Letting God work through you to fill in the rest and to meet you there, to give it to you, being open to receiving it, because you've already shown up. You've already showed that this is the reality that you're co-creating. You're all game for it. You've done the subconscious reprogramming. You've done the energetic shifts. You've listened to the intuitive guidance. You've taken the steps. You're doing all the things. You're in the full dance. And now it's time to just allow it to unfold and fill in. And so this is why I really love working with my cycle, with my period for this, is after I receive a lot of my ideas and the subconscious shifts that need to take place while I'm bleeding, while I'm on my period. That's like my time of stillness. That's a very sacred time for me. I'm very, very close to spirit in that time. And then as I emerge from my womb cave, then I am like full on, I start to take the action steps. I start to ground it into the physical and bring it through. And then I ride that wave leading up to my ovulation. And our ovulation is like our summertime. That's like our peak expression, our peak creativity. And so that's where I'm like doing most of my work, but it doesn't feel like work because I'm inspired. It's just natural. It's natural steps. It's easy. It doesn't drain or deplete me. It in fact lifts me even more. And of course I'm going to have days where, you know, the moon's doing whatever, or the planet went retrograde or whatever, where I'm kind of feeling, and I have to follow and trust that ebb and flow and give myself that day to be down and out, knowing that in the next day or two, I'll be back up and doing. But then once I like hit that peak point of my summertime ovulation and start to approach my period, I start to step back a little bit. And though I'm still taking some action as I'm intuitively guided to, I'm allowing the rest to fill in. And so this is where the masculine, the physical form, is responding and filling it in for the feminine, for the energy. And this is where we're so, so powerful. It's learning that balance, learning that sweet spot. And that's where our alignment is. That is where our soul really comes online and expresses herself or himself. This is where we're in our magic, in our flow. It's just, it's easy. It's surrender. It's flow. So I'm going to leave it on that note. Send me a message about soul frequency coaching. If you're curious about what I'm currently offering for private mentorship options, soul frequency coaching brings more of your soul's essence online so that you can show up and serve at the level that you're being asked to show up and serve at this point in time. No more holding back, no more playing small. We're calling you up into new levels of your power, and we're going to anchor that in. So send me a message to find out what it's like to work together. And I love you. Share this with someone that you know this would really land with, and have a wonderful day.